Hello, VIP Kid teachers. This is Teacher Marie coming to you from Pennsylvania. So I had mentioned in some of the social media forums that I was going to try to do a video on some extension activities, some supplemental props that I'm using, just two, and give you the information where you can access those and also how you might utilize the props in your classroom. So right now I was getting ready for Monday morning classes, and apparently there's an issue on the platform getting the infamous 404 error not found when trying to load the PowerPoint. So best use of time, try to knock this out. Okay, so the first one I want to show you are great for CVC words, good for extension for some of your more advanced CVC readers, or good for enhancing, giving a different viewpoint on how a CVC word blend works. So this came from www.blog.maketaketeach.com. They are word family sliders. Now, the information given for instructions on this has changed slightly. There are instructions to use paint swatches that Glidden Paint puts out, and I found that Glidden Paint doesn't make large enough paint swatches anymore, so I used Bear. I don't think it matters as much, although there's specific color swatches information given at this website, so bear that in mind. So let's take a look at what they look like. So all the CVC blends, for the most part, seem to be covered. I'm going to start with the @ blend because we know we come up with that a lot. This is it. It's real simple. You print it out, you paste it onto one of the paint sample cards, take an X-Acto knife or something of your choosing. It's scored right here so you can cut through. I chose to laminate the consonants in order to make them more durable. And sometimes I just say, you know, good job. Let's try some more. Bat, cat, or at, hat, fat, pat. It's that simple. The kids, if you have a student that tends to be a little bit distracted, say, let's try something else. And you put this on the camera and suddenly they're like, oh, that's not on the PowerPoint. What is that? So it's a good attention getter. Again, if you have an advanced reader, it gives them a little more testing ground to see, do I really know my stuff? And also, it gives them a diversion from the PowerPoint. It's a bit more interactive. It can be a bit differentiated in the terms of if you have a more difficult reader, you can always use your whiteboard, which I do. But this is a little more user-friendly in the sense that, first of all, you're not engaged in trying to juggle the whiteboard and write. Secondarily, it's clean and concise in case your writing isn't as top-notch as mine tends to not be sometimes. It also allows you to spend time saying, you know, you can start here and say at, pretty self-evident, but at, and then they see there's many ways of doing this. I know some of you use blocks, some of you use magnetic letters. It's just another way, again, somewhat differentiated type of instruction to throw a bit of a curveball, make the kids think a little, or in the instance of a tough reader, it gives them just yet another visual. So I'll show you some of the blends so you can just see what's available. I did that one. We have the app, map, nap, tap, and again, the visual is always one of the consonants. Again, I just try to match the border with what the paint samples had. So we'll do just a few more. There's the and, there's the am. We also have I, we have in, we have O, short O, we have ought, hot, not, brought. Okay, and then we have a ton of U, short U, mug, jug, hug, And there's the rug. I kind of like this one because it's probably, I don't know, just the color. Hut, butt, cut, nut. There's the nuts. And rut. So, again, just try to match the border with it. And so you have some distinctive colors. Again, can be used for advanced to extend, can be used with more beginning students in order to help them visualize. It's not kinesthetic, of course, we're online, but it adds another layer, another dimension to the learning. The other thing I found was on Teachers Pay Teachers. I'm sorry, I don't have the direct link, but it was for the Bossy E rule. And I had one level 3 learner, was having a bit of a time with that, so I'd use the whiteboard, which is good, but from time to time I just pull one of these out. This is what you get online. I laminated them so I could use the dry erase, and you can absolutely use, you can use short A, short I, short A. Here you can show them that when we don't have E, we have the A sound. Add, mad. Watch what happens when we put E. And I'm sorry, I can't write over my shoulder. I don't do that. We put E rather, and the A has to say its own name, however you teach this. E says to A, say your own name. With an older student, I will simply say, the E now makes A say A, made. And then you can take your hand and say, mad, made, mad, made. And again, there's other vowels. Unfortunately, they don't have them grouped by vowels, but you have the short I, the short A. You certainly can just make your way through and decide. I generally just do one or two so that they get the idea of the short versus the long vowel sound. And you could also do, you could have a little letter E that you just tap in there. I tend to like to write the E in there, whatever works for you. It is a fabulous way. It's called the Bossy E, packet, hop, hope, kit, kite. But you have to write it in. So anyway, another way to extend the learning or to visually present the material. I like the fact that the short, or the vowel itself, is in the purple, so it makes the emphasis on what we're doing in the lesson. We're focusing on this first vowel. Whether it says its own name or not is dependent on whether or not we have this E. So that really highlights it. It's big, it's bright. It's a great way to extend learning or to teach the concept. So, teachers, pay teachers, and pay is initial caps, I believe. So it's teachers, initial cap T, pay, initial cap P, teachers. And I apologize that I don't have a link for that. I think if you Google it, you'll find it. This was a free download. Again, I laminated it. Easy, right? Love these two, especially the word sliders. They're coming in particularly handy. You need to fill some time, go back and do some word sliders. It's real easy. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. For now, happy teaching.